KDB. KDB. Beats Planet.
Come on in. We ain't doing nothing else. We chilling, trying to get this last little day of what do we call it, Will? Still irrelevant work in before we get to like some real life football talk, you know what I mean? And boy, I passed all my classes, bro. I passed all the tests. My credit's good, my GPA good, and I got 3 more weeks of school to go to, you know what I mean? I got to get my attendance right just to graduate and shit, you know. Nobody cared about the Titans game on Thursday. Nobody cared. Yeah, I mean,
you gotta walk the stage, man.
It's like after we beat the shit out of the Eagles, man, everything else just went, when are we getting to the playoffs? When are we gonna get to the? I'm just tapping on my watch wheel. I'm just waiting my time out because boy, I don't care about this Wizards game, boy. I just don't. I care. I'm like, boy, oh boy. We about to go in there and beat the shit out of Taylor Heineke. Well, Voch, it ain't Heineke. They're going to start Carson Wentz. Oh, boy, I'm bored as hell. We started to beat the shit out of him. Well, Voch going to play the rookie that ain't played because they're going to try to get him some rest for next season. He's probably looking like the next guy. Well, even less interested, Will Steele. So now I'm up here. Instead of looking like, man, how many sacks can we get for Micah? Instead of me going, man, what kind of this and that can we do? Man, what about T.Y. Hilton? I'm up here like, man, I wonder if Nashawn Wright gonna get some reps. See how he looks this, just I wonder how much Izzy's gonna play this week. Ooh, Malik Davis, he probably get some reps today, huh? Yep. All right. And I'm just really ready to get to Tampa Bay, Will, still, Yeah. I'm just really ready to get to Tampa Bay, but that's not how things work. Volume, funds a pretty good lifestyle over here for us to show up on these little weekdays and give y'all some entertainment. So that's what we're going to do. Me and Will still going to have new sound drops for the playoffs. So until then, I'm your host. I never get tired of laughing at Blade Brown and his Eagles nonsense. We put some on Twitter, and that's doing numbers right now. Hashtag perplexed has turned into a thing over the past little bit. You know what I mean? So everything is good. On that front, VOCHLONBARD, and I'm being point guarded by the best in the business. Master William, what's good with you, sir?
Acknowledge me.
Just had to get that one in there, man. I'm good, brother. I'm good. What's good with you?
Everything, dog. You know what I mean? Just me and you. Look, you remember in the offseason, we was at camp together, right? Me and you was sitting at the lunch table, the breakfast table, and we was brainstorming on the question you're gonna ask Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? I feel that same feeling 5 minutes before this show. What the fuck I'm gonna say to my audience about Sam Howell?
But see, that's another one of those things we got to pull the curtain back, because that was a fantastic conversation, because it was a real life nervousness going on for that question. I've never been more nervous in my life, but we came up with a fantastic one though.
We've been trying to tell people camp stories since camp, but we just refuse to do so, sir. It's just a lot of little work to do.
Well, but we're gonna tell them about this year's camp story at last year's camp story at next year's camp. That's probably gonna happen.
Hey man, last year when I met Derek Eagleson for the first time, I mean, this year was cool, but last year, this year when I saw Jay Slater at the it was just she ain't say that or nothing. She ain't say that or nothing to me or whatever. But hey, I know her more than she know me. It is what it is. So we'll definitely get those stories out. But that was definitely a pressure situation. It was more pressure in that one than it is this one. But luckily for this, we only got 30 minutes to talk. We'll set the phones off and let y'all carry us the rest of the way. So this shouldn't be a hard day of work. And if anything, we'll get some good jokes out of it. We can always pivot and be like, don't worry about all this football. We'll just make y'all laugh for 20 minutes and we'll, get it done. But anyway, on to the Washington football Wizards. All right. Now, normally in a regular day of work, we'll break it up and do offense one day and do defense the next day. That's normally what we'll do, but y'all not about to get that from a week 18 matchup with the Washington Football Wizards versus Dallas Cowboys. Not gonna be able to do it. So Will Steele, what I've done, I just got it written down on my list here, and you could just tell me what to cross out. So I want to go over the Washington's injury report. It's pretty lengthy. I think that's good to go.
Okay.
The Cowboys got 4 people on their injury report. 5, pardon me. Kelvin Joseph. Okay, cool. Kelvin Joseph 4 today. All right, fine. So yeah, 5. So we'll talk about those 5 people today. We could probably get about 2-3 minutes out of that. That is fine. I wanted to talk about O-line sets when a handful of guys get healthy, because Matt Farniok is practicing this week, and I think that's interesting. So I want to know what can possibly come from that. And then when Tyler Biadasz gets healthy again, what do we do with 73? I think that's something else that's worth conversation. I ain't really got nothing on Sam Howell because he ain't played all year, but we can talk about what the Washington Football Wizards are going to potentially roll out there. Will said, this how down bad I am, right? I almost wrote down, ask Will Steele, do I think Washington Wizards fire Ron Rivera because they could have made the playoffs, but he played Carson Wentz? Like, I was about to ask you that, you know what I mean? And I read that shit on paper, and I was like, that looks icky. I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time asking Will Steele that. But we can probably ride with these other 4 topics, and we can probably get to the destination. But I know me, you, everybody in this chat, there is some type of regular season fatigue here, which is why I don't know why Jerry's trying to add a 19th game or something like that. I don't know if it's because we're winning or we just happen to be on the 19th game or the 18th game or whatever. But it seems what I think is from is just because our fate was kind of sealed after the Eagles win, right? And then we got Titans, and then we got this and that. All right, win the playoffs. What else am I, excited for? That's where I think this lack of excitement comes from for me. If this game meant something, if we was Jason Garrett led and we was 8-8 and we was fighting for the 7th seed or something, then maybe this game would be a little more interesting. But boy, I probably go to sleep on live stream with Brumley mess around with this. Will, are you excited to play Sam Howell this weekend?
There's some senioritis to this game, but much like every week, once I get to the game, I get those pregame butterflies. I get excited to watch Cowboys football. I do, but I'll be lying to you if I said on Thursday I have some type of excitement like when we played the Eagles. You know what I mean? It's not there. Speaking of the Eagles,
Now wipe yourself off. You're bleeding.
Yeah, they bleeding right now. Blade Brown called in, and I felt like that was necessary.
It's a bad time, man. It's a bad time. Somebody there was an Eagles fan on Twitter. I don't know his name. Who cares what his name is? Nobody knows his name. But he was all like, boy, y'all sure doing a whole bunch of Eagles talk. And I was like, he called my show.
Hey,
sir.
he called it.
he called my show, sir. He wanted this this abuse that we gave him. So it is what it is. Well, still, that is so fantastic that you had the rush hour clip pulled up. Because let me tell you what I was about to do. I was about to hit him with this one right here. Wait, time out. Well, you actually know which one I was talking about. Hold on. Right. I was trying to set up the joke. The dude that on the social media, I don't know his name, and I was gonna hit him with the.
What's his name? Shit, I don't know his name. I ain't buying shit from me. You don't know his name? No. Damn, nobody knows
that.
But I couldn't get the roadcaster plugged in fast enough. So I was like, fuck it, we gotta move on. But me and you
almost had it. You almost had it, though. I peeped.
I almost had it. We simpatico though, you know what I'm saying?
Always.
With the rush hour, with the joke, we good, man. We'll still we working on it. Do you have any excitement for this Washington game, sir?
No, man. No. Like I said, though, I am interested to see if they can pass a few tests, though. I feel like this Washington team can test you. I don't think they can test you from a total team standpoint. I think you're a better team. I think you can beat this team handedly. But there's going to be some battles within that war, right, up front. And, Deron Payne is a guy that's having a career year right now, 11 and a half sacks. You got, what's the cat's name that we were just talking about? The defense end came back. Chase Young. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, Chase Young.
Yeah, that dude.
That's his name, Chase Young. Yeah, let me play my roadcast. yeah, Chase Young. That's his name. Yeah, go ahead.
Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So they got some bodies up front that can test this now jumbled musical chair offensive line that you were talking about, Voch.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's interesting in this, and we heard from Dan Quinn yesterday, he was like, "Hey, yo, bruh, we got 4 quarters to figure this shit out. You know what I mean? If we ain't got it done in 4 quarters, whatever happens in the playoffs is gonna be what it is. You know, it's not gonna be a whole bunch of shuffling once we get there. So I imagine, Will, and I could be wrong here, but I think this week, I think Kelvin Joseph probably get one more shot. And I think Nashawn Wright is gonna get his real audition in. You know what I mean? And I don't Trayvon Mullen, I don't think, but especially if we're having problem at corner, this is a solid wide receiver core to test and see who the guys that you're gonna move on for the next 4 games with. Go ahead.
I think Kelvin's done.
You think so?
From a starting standpoint.
The conference has been unlocked.
I think they're rolling. I mean, I don't know how he can look at Wright's film. And by the way, I know PFF is going to say 10 receptions, 107 yards, but I thought he put on some solid film, and then he had the interception. And like we talked about before, he's making plays around his mistakes, so he's learning on the go. And I just think he's done enough to supplant Kelvin Joseph confidently. He is what he is right now. I think a special teams guy. But I'm with you. I would like to see Mullins maybe get involved in case he has to play in the postseason. You're not just throwing him out there wet behind the ears.
Alexander, I would love to see if we can do this Nashawn Wright outside full-time thing, you know, or at least till the end, at least for the next 4 games, right? Yeah. This would be a fantastic time just to see what we got, you know, before we go into the postseason, because once we get there, that's a wrap. So, you know, this just goes to show that it's more, you know, that it's always more than just talent. You know what I mean? Because Kelvin Joe's probably the most talented dude besides Trey Diggs. He's probably the most talented dude in that room, but he ain't putting it together at all. Nope. Nashawn Wright, like you said yesterday, he's giving up plays, but he's putting some things together. At least we could at least see some of the competitive stuff, or him driving on footballs and him he'll make a mistake, but we see him putting it together in real time. So we'll at least take that.
Yeah, I think from a mental standpoint, he just seems to get it a lot faster than Kelvin, and Bland is just, he I don't want to call him a star, that might be doing too much, but boy, Bland is just so good. I have no worries about Bland for the future. I think there's still questions about obviously Kelvin and Nashawn, but boy, Voch, I know we're about to talk about, I don't want to get too far into the postseason or the offseason.
Please,
but not the postseason, the offseason.
Oh, okay.
Offseason. But I'm wondering if I would look to see if Bland can do boundary corner things for you long term. Maybe not now. Maybe not because you got to use him in the slot. But next year, you know, just saying, hey, we rolling with Bland out there.
I think Deron Bland gives you the same problem that you have with Tyler Smith. And it's crazy, 1st round pick compared to a 5th round pick. Deron Bland's 5th round guy. You know, is that you're playing where you playing right now because that's where we needed you at. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder what your long-term result is. So going into next season, do we go, all right, Tyler Smith, do we leave you at tackle and draft a guard, or do we put you where we originally had you at guard and draft a tackle? I think, you know, BPA is going to play a big part in that. I don't know the names this year, but let's just use last year's names for like a reference point, right? If you got an opportunity to get a dude like a Sauce Gardner or something, right? Never happens, just for conversation. Hey, Deron Bland, we love you outside, boy, but we got Sauce Gardner. So we're going to go ahead and put you at nickel, where you fantastic at anyway, and play him out there. But if you take like a 3rd round nickel corner, hey, Deron Bland, you've earned outside. You've earned outside. Go ahead, play outside.
What about this? Because this is another caveat here. Jordan Lewis, I believe, still has another year left.
100%.
So that's why I was thinking about Deron Bland being my boundary corner, because now you got Jay Lou who could play your nickel for this season and roll with Deron Bland on the outside. But again, I'm looking way ahead, and my apologies, squad. But I just was thinking about that. Like I feel like we got our cornerback too. It's just a matter of how they want to use him.
Funny enough, there's a veteran in the Tyler Smith situation that's gonna give you question marks, right? You know, we could be like, all right, I'm done with Tyron Smith, I'm ready to move on from him, and then Tyron Smith comes back, and like, man, even at a shell of yourself,
right,
you can play. Even a shell of Tyron Smith, you just start, your wheels start to go a little bit, right? You go, hey man, Terrence still gonna come back, and boy, Connor McGovern ain't gonna be here, and boy, Tyron Smith under contract for cheap for what you get from left tackle. And I wonder we just roll with Tyler, and then you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of offseason questions that we can't go to. The good thing about it is this is a fantastic problem to have, and both those dudes can play both those spots. But if you ask me, I kind of like what they've been doing. We go base or like big nickel or something, J-Ron or Dono playing down. You put Bland outside and just roll. But I don't have the number on this. But you brilliant with shit like this, so I'm gonna just put you on the spot and just ask you: have most of Deron Bland's picks come from the slot position or from the outside? I know he got 1-2 outside, and the rest are from slot.
I think you're about split. I mean, he got one where he was playing in the zone, and it was kind of overthrown against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the other one, it seemed like he was manned up, and a couple of them in the slot. I think maybe one outside though, but most of them are in the slot. I do want to correct some folk in the chat. The pick that we got from Mark Cooper was Matt Waletzko.
Oh.
That was the Matt Waletzko selection, not Deron Bland.
Well, still, I'm gonna use my imagination and just be wrong. Boy, the trading Cooper got us Deron Bland. Goddamn it! Come on, Will McClay.
And look, it's still in enough. But anyway, go ahead.
Exactly. And look, if you double check, oh well, shit, my bad, you got it. But look, if you don't double check, we just get to live in bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Will still. Who cares? Deron Bland. Shouts out to your player.
Well,
but yeah,
I'll be willfully ignorant today. Yeah, man, we got Deron Bland for Mark Cooper.
Deron Bland for Mark Cooper. That's a good little trade-off. Good little trade-off. But sure, that's where we're at. So we would love to see some of those things come together. Mackenzie Alexander would love to see. I would love to see many of these young guys, man. You got to play Tyron Smith at right tackle, right? Like you got to play Tyron Smith this week, right?
Oh, 100%. He needs all the reps he can get. Now, I say all the reps is probably going to be like 2 quarters. And they roll out Josh Ball because he's still Tyron Smith.
I think both your old men need to play a full game just so we can see if they can do it. Because Jason Peters hadn't played a full game, man.
No, he has not. Not since last year.
We need to see what it look like, man. We need to see what that look like. And this was my whole point. Because look, this goes back to the whole my volume editors getting me wrong. I was all like, hey man, if we're not gonna play Jason Peters, why have him on the team? Like, why are we holding his hand? If he's gonna be swing guy for us and we need him, and Josh Ball is horrific, and we're having an injury problem right now, then I need Jason Peters to be my full-time guy. I don't need Jason Peters just playing 14 snaps a game, but my editor guy made it sound like we don't need Jason Peters, cut him. You know? That's how he made it sound, you know what I mean? But this is what I was saying though, right? I don't want us to just keep nonsense in Jason Peters, 17 snaps a game, 20 snaps. But Voch, he's a man, he's 40. And look, I'm a man, I'm 40. And I get that. But if we need him, we need him.
Yeah.
Now he gotta play 60 snaps. Now he gotta play. Look, when we get to the postseason, ain't finna be no have Jason, have Josh Ball. Ain't finna be none of that.
No. Listen, man, we talked about this throughout the season. It may come a time where you need Jason Peters to put some Bengay on his knees and just roll out for 4 games. We need you 4 games, Jason.
We just gonna pray for your knees. We gonna pray for your knees, Jay. We
some icy hot, you know.
Yo, Jason Peters, you got 4 intense therapy sessions, and you gonna get veteran rest days. But dog, you need 60 plays a game, dog. It is what it is. We need you, and you may not be great. You had a little, you know, you've had some weird games. Tyron Smith's had some weird games, but we need you, man.
You don't even need him to be. You know why? Because one thing that 4 has proven to me is that yes, he can get things done, meaning he can be productive and still be that guy with not an all-pro offensive line in front of him. Yeah. So I just need you to be okay.
Well, still, just imagine how good 4 going to be when we get a new offense coordinator and we upgrade the offensive line. Like, bro, just imagine how good 4 going to be. And another wide receiver to throw to. Just, you know what I'm saying?
I settle for the first thing you said, but we'll leave it there.
All 3 of those things can work. Martise in the chat talking about the playoffs or something. That's cool. I ain't gonna worry about that. Let's see. What else was talking about? Let me turn this back up. So the injury report, right? It's 3:30. We'll still come on now. So the injury report. Let me pull up the let's do Cowboys first. We're Cowboy channel.
Pause. What'd I say?
What happened?
Rick said pause, Scott. What did I say?
Yeah, don't listen to Rick. Rick, yo. Don't listen to Rick. How many people on the phone? We got a good number. Hey, y'all, call it to the show. Number on the screen. So the Cowboys injuries. There are 5 gentlemen on there. Let's see.
Yeah, let me get
Tyler
to that.
Biadasz is a DNP for his ankle. We knew that. He'll probably be back for the playoffs. That is fine. But it's interesting that he's on the list, though. Shouts out to him, though. Leighton Vander Esch is very limited.
Has
cool.
to be, Voch. He has to be.
Vander Esch?
No. Tyler Biadasz. If they don't practice, they have to list him.
Okay, cool. Fine. So, hey, look, perfect. Don't even worry about it. Playoffs. That's when we need you. Vander Esch, playoffs. That's when we need you. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence, is he normally on the injury report, but he just ended up playing anyway because it says foot, but his feet been hurt all year. So this is normal, man.
He's been on the injury report for like 10 weeks.
Hey, I don't be noticing, man. Will's still way better than me and shit like this. But either way, though, I think this would be a good game to rest D-Law, honestly. Because if I'm looking at their injury report and all their offensive linemen on it, like this would be a cool game for, Billy D to get some reps and Dante to do something, right. You know what I mean? To Dorrance to get back going. D-Law got 2 bad feet, but his knee hurt worse than his 2 bad feet. He said this on his own. I think this would be a good time to rest D-Law. Because to be fair, man, Will Steele, I don't even know if I said it with you or the other show, but man, just D-Law, I don't want to say nothing, but just damn,
he a warrior, man.
But Will, don't even say nothing because I'm superstitious like you now. But the past years, what we've been saying about D-Law, and I'm just looking, it's week 8, and I'm just knocking on some wood or something, Will, still like, because that dude, and I ain't gonna say nothing else because I'm superstitious. Chat don't say nothing else neither. But damn, D-Law, you know what I'm saying? So I think, hey, look, rest D-Law. Just hey, it's cool. It's what I'm saying. Micah said he want to play whatever.
He's not even on the list. I think a lot of people will be like, let's rest Micah, but Micah's just dealing with what everybody's dealing with in week 18. He's just a banged up football player, but he's not hurt in the sense of he can't play football at a high level.
Yeah. For sure, 100%.
Hey, Reek,
and look,
you don't know what Ben Gay is, brother. I can't help you there. Maybe that shows my age. Yeah.
He paused Ben Gay?
Yeah.
How old is Reek?
That's what I'm saying. I thought he was all right. But I guess
shit. Couldn't be. Can't be. Well, Jesus. All right. Let's see. Who else we said? Kelvin Joseph, in which he had a tooth injury and
he back though.
The internet did internet things, but I heard that he had an emergency root canal surgery.
Brother, I've had an abscess tooth where I've had to get a root canal after fixing after just getting rid of the abscess. It is not something you could just roll back out there and play.
I'm not mad at Kelvin Joseph. No. Like so many people was ready to call him soft dog because, but everybody just please get. I know you're mad at Kelvin Joseph, and just get the context first, man. Yo, don't play around with your teeth, dog. It's all kind of nerves in that, and dog, you wouldn't want to put a helmet on and run into somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you had an emergency root canal,
yeah, they was getting on his ass on Twitter, man. He always got something going on, bro. If he had to get an emergency root canal, what y'all want him to do, man?
Dog, you wouldn't sit at a cubicle if you had an emergency root canal. You just want to go home and lay down somewhere and take a Tylenol. And you worry about some, man, come on, man. Get off Kelvin. And this ain't me defending Kelvin because Kelvin got his job took. And he one of my sons, and my sons just keep getting kicked off the team. But damn, whatever. What was I saying? Injury report. All right, cool. So yeah, Kelvin Joseph is a full participant and Tony Pollard is a full participant. I hope we ain't just playing Tony because he's trying to get his 1,000 yards. So
that
his
is
offseason.
That's right up the Cowboys alley.
100%, Mr. Wolf. 100%, Mr. Wolf. But hey, it's funny as hell. Last season, we like, all right, we resting Tony to play him in the playoffs.
It did. You know what? Don't even get me started on that. Yeah, and they played like, boy, I don't want to get me started on that.
The one game we could use some speed and outside running because we can't push people around. It's okay. I will not betray our past selves, but goddamn, Carl Lewis. But yes, Tony Pollard is a full go at practice. Now, the Washington football Wizards aren't playing for anything, and they got a whole bunch of people on their practice reports. They got one IR, which is Antonio Gibson, but he's turning to the backup anyway. But even the starting running back is a DNP. So I don't know where they're going to be at with that. But Montez Sweat was a DNP yesterday. He's a full guy. He was just like illness. So I guess he was just sick or whatever. All right, cool. But everybody else that was DNP Wednesday is also a DNP Thursday. So I won't bore you with all the particulars. So I'll just say all the names that I recognize. Jonathan Allen, who's a gangster, but he didn't finish the game last week. So that makes sense there. Sadiq Charles, who's trash, but he's a starter. Cam Curl, who's trash, but he's a starter. Jamin Davis, who's fine, but he's a starter. Skip your name. Andrew Norwell can play, but we can kick his ass, but he's a starter. Benjamin St. Juste, who notoriously got smoked, but he's out. Starter. And then James Smith-Williams.
Brian Robinson.
And yeah.
That's the biggest one not named Jonathan Allen. I don't expect Jonathan Allen to play because he left the game against the Cleveland Browns and didn't return. Other than Jonathan Allen, Brian Robinson Jr. is the interesting one. I would like for him to play because the Washington Commanders, their run scheme can pose an issue for the Cowboys, right? They've had success on the Cowboys. They do things that give the Cowboys trouble. So I kind of want to be tested in that area. But if Brian Robinson doesn't play, no Antonio Gibson, we're talking about down to their third and fourth back, and then a couple of their offensive linemen aren't playing. It's like, will you be able to be tested then?
With Sam Howell. So unfortunately, you get a rookie quarterback with a lack of offensive line and run support, and you got three pretty good receivers, but you know what I'm saying? So even if the Washington football Wizards are rolling trash out there, I still see this as an opportunity to do what we couldn't do last week. Because in my mind, even though the Tennessee Titans weren't starting everybody, I was like, hey man, let's use this as an opportunity to like build some momentum and get hot again and get some picks and get some sacks and get home. And we didn't. we flopped around and shit with the Titans or whatever, and that's fine. But this would be a fantastic opportunity, right? A fantastic opportunity to not get a turnover, right? On our side of the offense. This just ain't me about Dak, but it's just like, hey, catch the football and not let them catch it. You know what I'm saying? Or Dak not throw or not fumble the football. Hey, let's have a clean down the offensive line. You understand? Let's start hot so that we can rest our guys in the second half, right?
Well, offensively, you're going to be on it. You're going to get tested. Again, the only guy out for them defensively is Jonathan Allen, and that's a big loss, but they still have Montez Sweat. Deron Payne leads their team in sacks from the interior. Your line is going to get tested on the offensive side of the ball. So it'll be the Cowboys defensively where I don't know if all those guys don't play, then they may not be tested on that side to me.
For sure. And of course on defense, it's a good time to get back pass rushing and for Dan Quinn to figure out what's going on with corner. Well, still, if Dan Quinn can't figure out what's going on with cornerback position in the first week of the playoffs, reflects that, and we're still getting attacked at cornerback too. I know week 1 through 5, 7 or so, we were smitten with Dan Quinn. But what you think about Dan Quinn if he can't fix this cornerback 2 issue?
I don't think my opinion on him will change. I think he's been great for this team and been great for this defense. The fact that they have the potential to lead the league in turnovers in back-to-back years, the first time would have been done since the 70s or something like that, in 50-something years. He's got these guys' attention. Eventually, if you continue to lose guys, it can bite you, no matter how good of a defensive coordinator you are. So I'm not down on Dan Quinn, but I'm looking at Dan Quinn to say, hey, we need you to fix this for this run. So I think those two different things. Like if the season ended today and we're still trying to figure out, and it's so weird because the defense has in 2 games 9 turnovers. The Colts and the Eagles game, right? It's 9 turnovers, but they gave up 34 points in one game. It was a battle in another game. They only gave up 13 last week, but it doesn't feel like that dominant defense because it's not. So I want more in the sense of we need more, but I'm not down on Dan Quinn. I would welcome Dan Quinn back if he wants to come back for sure.
My whole thing about this whole cornerback 2 problem with Dan in particular is don't make me have to draft cornerback 2 because we need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make cornerback 2 such an emergency that we go into the draft. Go, all right, bro, we got to get. Yeah, I would love to spend this first round pick on a tackle on either side or a whatever, but we got to draft. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you something.
Yes, please, sir.
What about safety?
I will say, we don't do that here.
Because we We're throwing a lot of shade at cornerback too, rightfully so. But how many times do we have to come in here and say, Malik,
what you doing?
Where you at, bro?
Yeah,
where they at though? So, oh man, maybe safety could be another thing I'm calling into question.
I think if it's a guy that's worth looking at, I would love to do it. But I know Cowboy fans are just sometimes throw any love at any name and just be like, oh, we got to get him in the first round because he's a safety and we need one. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just think that that's just something that we figure out along the way. Malik was kind of making some of the same mistakes KZ was making.
I wasn't gonna say it. You said it.
You know what I'm saying?
Malik ain't been Maliking.
He ain't been Maliking. He been tackling, but I want Malik for the coverage shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Because it ain't the run D. I hate to say this because the run D usually kills in the playoffs, but it's these big pass plays that have been killing the Cowboys, and I was expecting Malik to kind of be that aid on the back end, and it just ain't really been the case, man.
I see a lot of people in the chat, and we've seen this all the time. Yo, Voch, how about Kelvin Joseph at free safety? What I've learned, about this team and analyzing this team is that if it ain't done already, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna speculate. So yeah, I would love to see Kelvin Joseph at free safety, but if it ain't something that we see already, like sometimes I don't bank on it happening ever. So I don't even want to waste my energy on it. You know?
My problem with Kelvin Joseph at safety is that safety is more of a cerebral position.
Yes,
and I don't know if he has it up there just yet from an experience standpoint. I mean, he only played 15 games in college,
right?
Only played in like 4 last year, and then the few he's played this year, he wasn't good. So I need my guy to be a bit more cerebral, and I would rather try Izzy. I mean, Izzy already is back there, but I'd rather just let him rock, let him roam.
I think long term, Kelvin would just be a better ball hawking corner than a free safety, in my opinion, because he just works better with the physical game and not the
right, exactly. I would just continue to, and I'm not kicking Kelvin off the bridge from this team, but for this year, he's not my cornerback too. So let's get into next season, right? Get into OTAs, have a good OTA, have a good camp, and let's see if he can get that confidence and not look like he looked in camp this past season and look like he looked in preseason and the regular season, right? It's only his second year. You can't throw him out. He's a second round pick. But let's see what he looks like next year. Now, if next year's a problem, he's just a bust. It is what it is.
I mean, I would love to see Kelvin Joseph just being man coverage with, just being press man with somebody, right? Like just not this big cushion thing that happens or not this zone coverage that we know he's not good at. But, you know what I mean? When I was watching Kelvin Joseph at Kentucky, I was like, hey, this is a really good press man player. You know what I'm saying? And even when Kelvin had his plays last year, right? Because Kelvin Joseph came on last year. He made some plays. It was like, all right, cool. The future of Kelvin Joseph. Hey, man, a lot of that was press man stuff, Yeah. So I would love to see what he looks like in that and not just 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. It is 3:45 and we killing it, sir. One more question before we go to the phones. Couple things about the O-line, the offensive line sets is so we know Biadasz isn't coming back until the playoffs. Hopefully, right? We knocking on for that. And, it's clear that when Biadasz comes back, it's his job, of course. But Matt Farniok has been doing some practice things. And Mike McCarthy said, oh, yeah, he's right on time. We got to see what he got. You know what I mean? We're going to see what he looks like practicing. So, Will, if Matt Farniok, what the fuck his name is, if the Dallas Cowboys determine that he's a capable center and that he's capable to play, Connor McGovern go right back to left guard, don't he?
That would make you that will allow you to keep some depth at tackle, and it'll be a 1-for-1 as opposed to a 3-for-1. I think that's the ideal situation. I just don't know if you know that yet. So maybe this is the week to say, hey, go bang around with Deron Payne a few times. Let's see what you got. Because if we throw you at center for round 1 and Tyler Biadasz ain't ready, you talk about Vita Vea. So he needs some reps. He needs to get beat up a little bit just to make sure he can bounce back at the center position. So if it's the week Voch to do it, this is the week. If it was any week, to do it, this is the week to do it.
This is definitely the week. And man, my whole thing, dog, man, my whole thing about the, McGovern got naked pictures of somebody, Will, still. And look, I say this, And it be sounding funny when I say this, and I do be partially joking, man, but I be watching the O-line film, dog, and I'm like, man, where does he keep the evidence? Where does he keep the naked pictures of these people? He must got countless amounts of nonsense on people. I'm like, oh, like what's keeping him on the field?
Terrence messed that up, though. That's what that was. Because if Terrence is your right tackle, Tyron Smith goes to left tackle, and then Tyler probably goes in the left guard. But you can't move off of McGovern now, right?
I want to move off McGovern. If 3 more people get hurt, I want to move off McGovern, dog. Like it's just that, like I just don't see it, man. And they fight to keep him on the field. Will Steele. That's my big problem. So
So you're saying what you're saying is slide Tyler to guard, put Fournier at center, and then Peters at left tackle.
By all means, what I want to do is I want to keep as many scrubs off the field as I possibly can. Ooh. So if McGovern's on the field, then that aids in that. So if it's me, and look, this ain't gonna happen, right? It's just Voch talking, right? In me, I'm like, all right, cool. Fournier and McGovern can compete for the center spot.
I was just about to say, you say scrubs. I mean, now you're talking Fournier versus McGovern.
You can keep Fournier and McGovern at center and let them compete. But I want 71, because we got to have 71 here now. 71, 73, blank at center, 70 and 77, Kratos and Tyron, right? But then when Biotis comes back, we slide 63 in at center. All right, McGovern, but you stay swing interior, dude. That's what I want. But I just got a hoot of a feeling that when Biotis comes back, McGovern goes right back to guard and Tyler goes right back to tackle, and now Jason Peters comes off the field. And I just want to know, why are we fighting to keep McGovern on the field? That's my big thing. I
think the question would be, do you want to sacrifice your depth for a possible, in regards to Jason Peters at left tackle? Because again, if you keep the 3-for-1, or not the 3-for-1, if you keep Tyler Smith at left tackle, McGovern left guard, and slide in Biotis or that center, you keep a quality swing tackle on your team with the offensive line that continues to get hurt and guys that have been hurt their whole life. And Jason Peters is 40. So do you sacrifice your depth that you may potentially need for maybe being, but we don't know if Fournier is better. We don't know if Tyler Biotis high ankle sprain is going to be okay 2 weeks later. I get it. I get the reasoning to question McGovern, but also get the reasoning to keep him in there if you're going to keep him at left guard and Tyler at left tackle. You do need depth, right? You want Josh Ball to be a guy? Then hey,
I think what gives us the most flexibility is the fact that Tyler Smith can play guard and tackle. That's what I think. So let's just say something happens to Jason Peters. Then cool, you'll put Tyler Smith back at left tackle where he once was, and then you can play McGovern at guard. You see what I'm saying? But I just don't want to just put McGovern there because he's earned it and he's played all year. He ain't been good all year. You see what I'm saying? So in my mind, the best way to improve from McGovern is to just put Tyler Smith there. I think Jason Peters and what you get from Tyler Smith at tackle in particular, I think that's a little more even than what you like. Tyler Smith is a huge upgrade from McGovern. Jason Peters and Tyler Smith are they're about what and what at left tackle for me. Tyler probably a little better than Jason at this point, but they still about what and what to me. So in my mind, you still get both those upgrades, or you just keep it steady at left tackle.
Man, this is too much. This is too much moving around, man. That's why I said Terrence messed this up, because it didn't. Honestly, Tyler Biotis messed this up too. But Terrence really messed this up because you could have got what you wanted without sacrificing the depth of your team. You actually would have added so much more depth in that way, because you move McGovern to swing guard and potentially swing center, and still have Jason Peters as your swing tackle, and he could play some guard himself. But now, I know you're really down on McGovern, but I think you can survive with McGovern. And I don't know. I'm torn. I'd almost rather do a 1-for-1 in regards to keep McGovern at left guard, Tyler at left tackle, and switch out the center, as opposed to a 3-for-1 with 1 week left in the season. I feel like that's just a lot going on, and you're about to go up against a good front and a good defensive coordinator in the playoffs. So, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think they'll roll with that 3-for-1 switch.
To be fair, and we can move on from here,
the conference has been locked.
Definitely agree that McGovern can get the job done. You know what I'm saying? you know, Dak helps those dudes a lot. And if anything, them dudes can just like run block and, you know, like save themselves or like hide themselves from,
Right.
those one-on-one fights with them gangsters in there. They could just combo block and just help themselves. But yes, he could do the job. But in my mind, if I had to optimize versus these next few D lines that we about to go against, it ain't a sorry D line we gonna see coming up, including Washington. It ain't a sorry from here on out. Probably till we get to the Super Bowl, it ain't finna be another, and they ain't even sorry. It's just that these NFC D lines was probably a little better. It ain't finna be another sorry D line that we gonna see for the rest of the year. So I just really want to get strong at guard. That's my whole thing. And I know that being weaker at guard can be more disadvantaged than being a little bad at tackle or whatever. That's my whole, that's my whole gripe. And it just looks like we politicking to keep McGovern on the field. That's just what it looks like. But we can move on. Good talk. Good killing of time there. And there's a little debate in the chat box. Will Steele, not who's the best corner, but who's the most talented corner, Trey Diggs or Kelvin Joseph?
What?
Yeah, I know. Not the best corner. Trey Diggs is clearly the best corner, but who's the most talented corner, Trey Diggs or Kelvin Joseph?
Again, what is that really a thing?
Martise is defending that Trey Diggs is not the most talented corner on this team.
I'm not getting in no more fights with him, man.
That's what Martise and that's saying. Martise and that's saying. Because look, earlier I said behind Trey Diggs, Kelvin Joseph is probably your most talented corner. You know what I mean? And not hearing that, I guess he's defending the idea that Trey Diggs ain't our most talented corner.
He just said that he said Diggs is an elite cornerback in the league. So I'm done. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. Hey, this elite cornerback is less talented than the sixth cornerback on the team. Don't give me just stop. That doesn't even make sense.
Let's get into the phone, man. Shouts out to our boy, man. Let's see. I mean, we got about 850 people watching live. Let me just say appreciate y'all. Shake my hand. Fist bump. Salute. Let's go ahead and get into this. Somebody said that's why I can't chat on the Voch side. Oh no. It's interesting. The Voch side and the volume side have two different personalities or whatever. I don't know. It'll be dope if we could turn those into two factions or whatever. People that watch on the Voch side and people that watch on the volume side. It's kind of fire because you get to pick who you get to watch the show with. I think that's pretty fantastic. All right, let's get into the phone.
Martise is not a lawyer.
He can't be. In a way. Can't be.
The conference has been unlocked.
I object, sir. No. All right, so no. Lock
The
back up.
conference has been locked.
Lock back up, my bad. All right, so we got 8 people on the phone, all right? It's about 3:58, so let's not be long-winded today. Let's get in, get some good calls. Let's keep this thing moving. Love y'all to pieces. And Will is reading this chat with an attitude. I see it, but it's all good. Let's get busy, y'all. Let's get busy. LA, what's up?
Man, gracias on being the number one caller today, man.
Man, come on.
Y'all the Marco. Man, appreciate you, bro.
It's platinum, bro.
So look here, man. Like I'm a big seer of fallacies out there, you know, and I really don't want us to get caught up into it is the Washington football, the Wizards and whatnot. You know, as a DMV native, we should not be taking this game lightly, not necessarily because of playoff season, but we really need quality reps. We really need quality reps, man. And at the end of the day, rivalry games matter. I need my fucking bragging rights as well when I go back home to PG County.
Indeed.
You know, and on the flip side of all that, in gearing up for the draft and restocking and everything, you guys are hitting on some fantastic fucking points right now. I will give you guys that, you know, but it's one of these things to where sometimes when I'm listening to both, you know, we can get into it to a little bit of the fanship when it comes to being realistic about what we're looking at. So, like example, last week with the Tennessee Titans, man, those are NFL caliber dudes. So even though like they rolling out the scrubs and whatnot, they still gonna play ball. We can't take we can't discount the fact that Ron Rivera is an old school dude. If dudes in Washington don't play ball on Sunday, they gonna get cut. And needless to say, people need film, this, that, and the third to be able to keep their careers going. So, we got all these Super Bowl and playoff aspirations, but we really need to make sure that we, can be cohesive going into Tampa Bay with 73 at guard. You know what I mean? And make sure that Dak don't have to do stupid shit to be able to complete passes. Mm-hmm. We need him to be able to drop back and throw the ball on time and control the line of scrimmage. Yeah. And I think 73 at guard give us the best opportunity to be able to do that as an offense with the talent that we have. Yeah. Make this Super Bowl run with how we need to and prep the goddamn free agent list and a draft board in a way to where we can build the fucking middle of both lines. They've been neglecting that shit for the last 15 years, man. Like with dudes that's actually difference makers.
The locker he was shoved into. Yo, man, that's a fantastic point too, LA. Appreciate you, man. And the whole thing with Tyler at guard, man, we know like Dak can navigate them ends and them tackles, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But every time I look over and see Connor McGovern just in his lap because he got pushed back, right. That's where Dak hurts his hand at, you know what I mean? That's where Dak, he can't like get into them throws. He can't like step into them throws. You know what I mean? So like I would much rather us be better at guard than tackle for sure. Appreciate you.
And I don't want us as Cowboy fans to be the people who like how ladies be crying for chivalry, but they feminists. Like that shit don't make no sense. You can't be asking for shit that don't make sense.
That you don't like.
Yeah. So he can do his thing.
Yeah. That's fire, LA. Appreciate you, brother. Good call, man. That's fantastic first call. Man. Peace. Bro, let me tell you something, man. How you leave from PG County and move to LA, that is danger to danger. Just on a different side of the country, bro. Be safe out there in them streets, man. D Shift, what's up, sir?
Hey, what's up, man?
Cooling.
Just real quick, Voch. Man, who's some guys that we I asked this on the show, I think the other somebody else's show, but I was gonna ask you, man, who do you think that we need to throw in the fire a little bit, just in the sense that they might have to like be a contributor in the playoffs. So I just wanted to pick y'all's brain about that. Like I know this is kind of let's keep the momentum going. But there's some people, man, like if something happens, they probably need it behoove the Cowboys coaching staff to get them fools some reps. So I want your ideas on that, man. What's up, Scott?
What's good, man?
Shit, appreciate you. Sam Williams, when Dak is on the bench resting Jalen Tolbert, but he might not even be active. I don't think he'll be active. Cornerback position, cornerback 2 in particular, get that figured out. Mackenzie Alexander, let's see if you could play. We know Deron Bland could play. In case JK, go ahead.
Jabril Cox?
Jabril for sure. This would be a fantastic time to get Jabril. Fantastic time to get Jabril going right now. In a very low pressure situation, right? A low pressure situation. This is fantastic. Like let Dak and TY continue to work on their chemistry for a little while before we sit Dak and rest them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Billy D, if I said him already, I don't know, but like okay, cool. It's plenty young guys that can get reps right now. Just to kind of see. I mean, hell, and we just talked about offseason. You can get a preview of what 2024 look like. Like put Brillo and Clark out there and see what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can mix and match and do a whole bunch of things, man, to just kind of, see where guys are at. Does that mean play Josh Ball? No, he's not helping us this year. We'll see you in camp, sir. You're gonna have to fight with Let's Go next year. But like those few guys that I named earlier, it'll be fantastic to see those guys get some work in this week. All right, cool. Wilson ain't got nothing. All right, so
I thought he was still on the phone.
Nah, he go. All right, yo, Will Steele. Let me just tell you something, man. Let me pull the curtain back one more time, chat. Me and Will still had this problem with dropping with the sound dropping in the microphones, where if I talk, then
originally, actually, was it on the other one we was using?
It was
Restream first, then it was vMix.
Remix, right. To where I'll be talking and y'all can hear me, but if Will talk over me, then my voice levels are like duck or whatever, right? So we was trying to fix this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or whatever, right? And we just finally came to the thing. Okay, well, this platform works, but let's steal not like talk at the same time too much if I'm talking and Will don't want to laugh or whatever, right? So it's just this thing that when I'm telling jokes, we doing a little content, I can see Will smiling to keep from laughing because his mic's still on. When we did the suplex thing yesterday, perplex thing with Blade Brown, go to my Twitter, y'all can find that video. The best part about listening back to that video is hearing Will Steele die laughing in the back because we roasting the shit out of Blade Brown. Because Will can hold his laughter fantastically, but we couldn't help ourselves. We were smoking the shit out of Blade Brown so bad, man. So you can actually you can hear the audio duck a little bit, but I'll take that if we just both killing his ass.
What they don't know is whenever I'm laughing, I gotta go like this. Just so it don't duck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But dope shit though, man. Dope shit. All right, let's but yeah, that's just a little more backstory for y'all. All right, let's get to who we ain't heard from. Let's get Cam on the phone. We ain't heard from Cam in a minute. What's up, Cam?
Man, what's happening?
We just heard from you yesterday.
How y'all doing?
We just heard from you yesterday, huh? My bad.
Yep.
Okay, cool. My bad. What's up, Cam? What's up?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Had a great time, man. Talking with you guys yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Though I said I'm gonna continue to call in and things of that nature. The Eagles has been in a perplexed situation. But I mean, I had watched it on your Twitter, and I couldn't help but laugh my damn self because it was just so funny, man. But I like what was said about going and playing Washington, and we have to play those guys hard because at the end of the day, like you said, I mean, what was said was it's an NFL team at the end of the day, and I hope we don't go out there bull jiving around, that making careless throws. Also, what you said about McGovern and things of that nature getting pushed around and things of that nature, and not holding his ground. I feel like he got to boss up because when the playoffs come around, these boys ain't finna play with you. They come in, they trying to get to the Super Bowl just like we is. So I really just hope that we go out there and we play ball like we supposed to. It ain't time to make no adjustments or nothing. Adjustments should have been made weeks ago. It's time to just go out there and ball. It's week 18. It's time to get this shit rolling, man. I'm tired of going and losing in the first round every single time. It's like stuff can't get fixed. Right. It's time to really just muscle up and we got to get it, Mike.
Yep.
I don't know. Huh?
No, man. I was just saying that I think if we can get over that Tampa Bay hill, like if we can get, just get that monkey off our back, I think the rest of the playoffs would be easy. Because look, every time the Cowboys lose in the playoffs, what we say, man, if we'd have played the Falcons in there, we'd have beat the shit out of them. Or if we'd have played XYZ the next week, we'd have beat the shit out of them. It's always that first week for us. You know what I'm saying? So I think
it's always that if. It's always that if. That if factor, which was just saying, if we would have played. No, it's who you're playing.
Yep.
You have to beat them. It's just like you said, we have to get over that hump.
Yep.
Tom Brady had our number for quite some time now.
Sure.
And I'm really getting sick of it.
Right.
I'm getting sick of the excuses, and people always, they want to, it was on Law Show. We have a girl on there, a woman on there by the name of Lady Jessica.
Oh, okay, cool. We love
you. She would take the blame off Dak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she will put the blame on the wide receivers, and then she'll try to say, it's POV, you got to keep positive energy. You can't down our team, but you down in our receivers. When you clearly see
let's not bring that
is making careless throws, and that's why I hate debating sports with women because
wait a minute.
We love Joy Taylor and James Slater and two Aisha and Girls Talk Boys Talk Boy. We love them shows, man, and everything they do over there, man. You and Jess got a little disagreement. We'll let y'all disagree.
Listen, man, I understand you disagree with Jess, but let's not bring that. But let's not bring that to that disagreement that has nothing to do with this show and what's going on here, man. Let's kind of bring it back. Let's bring it back.
We love live moods here on the. We just got this job.
When I come over here,
over here. Right.
It's nothing but okay. it's what we need to do.
Right.
It's not, this and that and that and this. We blame the team. Like I tell people, you got 11 men on offense, 11 men on defense, 11 men on special teams,
men or women,
and you have a 53-man roster.
50 man or woman roster. Yep.
Right.
Everybody has their part, and that's why I like coming on here, talking to you guys, because I see the way that you guys roll and the way that the people who call in, how they look at the game. We just don't look at the bull crap. We look at what's really going on, and that's why I like coming over here talking to you guys, because when I hear some of the people who get on the phone and they talk, they're talking facts. It's not like they just trying to, just throwing out bull jive. It's facts, right. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. Facts gonna be facts.
Yep.
It's something that is already proven. It's something that we already see. So, man, y'all keep up the good work. You and Will Steele, man.
Thank
y'all
you,
have a great show going on, man.
Appreciate you.
I like what you guys doing. Y'all guys keep grinding, man. And we gonna keep doing what we doing, man. How about them Cowboys, man?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, my guy. Yes, sir. Hey, Will. Damn, I hope I'll get fired. Hey, man, he was like, yeah, man, Dak Prescott and the turnovers, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, man. He need to just tone down on them, man. Look, when Dak not turn over the ball, man, he be cooking, bro. Dak be cooking when he turn the ball over. But you know what, though? He shouldn't be cooking because women need to be in the kitchen in the first place. I don't know why the hell Dak do all that, but where else they going to be? It's the clock on the stove, ain't it? You know what time it is. I'm like, yo, sir, hey, man, hey, yo, we got a lot of lovely women that tune into the show. We trying to up the demographic. We got women that work here, man. Hey, we call Julie every Thursday, bro.
Katie, I appreciate you so much, Katie. So we can talk sports all day if you want. Listen, I wonder if he was new to Jess. Maybe that's what that was.
He's probably new to Jess.
He's probably new to Jess.
Yeah.
That Jess is PVO. That's her thing, and she don't like you talking about Dak Prescott. That's her thing, but and a lot of people gonna disagree, and that's cool. But let's just leave it at that.
Yep. The one thing that we all can agree on, me, you, or Jess, we all agree that the Cowboys are good. The Eagles suck, things like that. You know what I mean? But vacuums also suck, and that's where they need to be cleaning up the living room. That's why these women need to quit talking all these sports. No, that's not. That's not. No, crazy, sir. That's not. We don't believe that. We just got this shot. Don't do that, sir. No, buddy. I can't believe on Law Show trying to argue with me about.
How dare you?
How dare this woman?
First of all, how dare you?
Hey, yo, Will Steele, watch. You know what I'm saying? Watch my edit guys gonna be like, my edit guys gonna take these clips and be like, man, look, the one thing I'm telling you about the team going into the playoffs, the one thing that I do not like is women commentary in sports. Oh no.
That's a different version of
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
He'll get us up out of here, boy. They gonna get us up out of here, boy. Oh man. The thoughts and opinions of what's his name? Who that was that just called in? His thoughts and opinions.
And he had me in the first half. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We can't be turning the ball over and things like that. I mean, I don't think he's throwing careless things, but still a turnover is a turnover. And then, but the women, I'm tired of arguing with these guys. Whoa, wait.
Tired of these emotional ass, ungrateful ass. I'm like, woof. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on.
I should have hit him with the. Hey, we gotta have technical difficulties.
We gotta go. Oh man,
you gotta be here for that drop. If you don't know what that drop is, it's just one of them times, man. One of them times.
Oh man. Oh no. Oh man. Shouts out to 11, man. We're not gonna read that one out loud. The volume is where you
let me scroll up.
I'm not gonna read. You read. I'm not gonna read. You read.
Where is he at? Where is he at? There we go.
He's a little bit down there. No. Let's get Steve on the phone. Let's move on. What's up,
See,
Steve?
if you read that out loud.
I'd have read that out loud. That's a rap, buddy.
No, Paul would have chopped that up.
Yeah. Shut up while Voch Lombardi talking, harlot. Steve, what's up? We moving on. We're done. Steve, what's happening?
Gloria, simmer down.
Hey, gentlemen.
What's
Paul,
good
I
with
hope you both due to your hard work and the volume had the best and most blessed holidays ever, and prosperous new year to you.
Appreciate
Happy
you,
New
sir.
Year, man. Happy New Year.
What you got for the show?
Thank you. So I got an idea. So when you have someone just suck in a bunch of air and blow out some stanky BS nonsense, can we start calling that our queef?
Damn.
Would that be possible?
It got a little ring to it, don't it?
It does.
But damn.
You Martisan, bro. You Martisan.
You Martisan me right now.
No.
But go ahead. We listen to you.
No matter how you chop up, cut up shit, you're still going to get your blade brown.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah, 100%. They're always going to be here for sure. 100%.
All right. So we all agree that interceptions are a huge problem. And we all see that Dak steps up to the mic and puts it on him, all that. I would love for him to take a page out of one of the best field generals we've ever seen, Peyton Manning. He had one of his favorite all-time targets when he was a rookie, Collie. Had the ball hit him in the hand, bounce off, got an interception.
Austin Collie, yep.
He told him straight up, I ever hit you in the hands again and that ball gets intercepted, your ass will be on the bench the rest of the season. So I would love just to see Dak go absolutely ape shit the next time a ball bounces off someone's hands.
I don't think Dak holds his tongue as much as we think, but there's not always microphones around to catch it. Because we thought that Dak was Dr. Positivity till Hard Knocks came out. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, yeah, Dak, what's the name? Told me to get these reps. I'm like, I ain't fucking tell you that. I fucking come out. We was like, ooh.
There's something to that, though. And I don't want to be, I don't want Dak to be phony about it.
They see it on TV, him going over and lighting someone up, you know?
But you know what, though, Steve? I don't think a lot of that exists anymore. I think I think Tom Brady's like the last era of that dude. Because what we'll see now, like, you just can't be a quarterback cussing out Quentin Williams talking about, hey, get some fucking pressure. And Quentin Williams get up with his 16-year-old face and he like roll up on you for real. You know what I mean? Like we've seen clips of like Troy Aikman run up on guys, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady run up on guys. I think those old dudes are the last era of that. I just don't think that these grown men letting.
That's why I was. Can you hear me? Oh, make sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's something to it in the sense of he don't got to cuss him out. He don't got to say your ass is grass, partner. Like, he ain't got to go hard like that, like a Peyton Manning would. But he can go over to him and let him know, like, hey, I'm disappointed, but I need you to keep your head in the game because I'm going to come back to you, type of situation. You know, because Dak. One thing I'm not going to question about Dak is leadership. Because that is he literally has a degree in that. So. I don't think we need him to go all Dez Bryant, but I think he even says something along the lines of, you know, when things like that happen, sometimes he'll go to the bench and he'll just kind of sit there and get it out within himself. Like, you'll see him sitting on the bench, kind of just thinking it through, getting it out, and then I'm back. But like you said, we don't see everything. Maybe he does go over there and say something. Who knows?
Can you imagine Justin Herbert cussing somebody out with his long, flowy hair? Shut your bitch ass up. Trevor Lawrence cussing somebody out. Boy. Bye.
Yeah, not everybody can do it, yeah.
No, sir. What about Cooper Rush? Look, what Will said, can you imagine Cooper Rush cussing Dez Bryant out because he ain't run the right route or something? Yeah, smack shit. Nah.
Is Breast on?
I appreciate it, Steve. Good call.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, Dak is leader guy for sure. But you know, but we've seen in these videos, right? We'll get clips all over here. Hey, that's on me. Hey, my bad, guys. Hey, my bad.
Yep.
I'm sure he walked over to Noah Brown after, and Noah had a couple drops last week too. Hey, you good? Hey, come on, you good? I need you. You know what I'm saying? He's more that guy than Noah. You drop another one. I'm gonna put this Jordan 6 I'm gonna turn it sideways, right? You know what I mean? He's Dak's not gonna be that guy, but he is good leadership guy, and you can lead in different ways, man. There's no right way. You know, I hate when Cowboy fans see something that Mike McCarthy didn't do and be like, Jimmy Johnson would have cut CeeDee Lamb right there for dropping the pass and pouting. I'm like, all right, bro. leadership comes in different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah, it ain't 1992 no more. I think there's different ways to get to the guys, and Dak has that fire in him. We've seen it on the sidelines, but I don't think he's gonna ever throw his guys under the bus deliberately like that, though.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot more gangsters in football nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We don't even do all that. Let's get through these next few calls quickly. My bad. Love y'all though. DJ, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Cool,
how y'all doing today?
Man, life is good, man. We just getting this last one out the way before playoff week.
Yes, sir. I gotta say, man, those last two calls went completely left. Both of them. They didn't go how I expected at all. Shouts out to them, though. No disrespect to anybody. But my thing today, man, is since this is the last show of the regular season for the 2022 season.
Right.
And I kind of wanted to ask y'all, and I'm going to be quick, I swear, I promise. I'm going to be quick. I wanted to ask y'all, because there's a list of people, because you've kind of done your work if you're going to get Brock back and re-signed. And there was just a couple of names that I thought were interesting that are on that list. I know that y'all know, but just for the audience, if you don't, like, for instance, we know Dalton Schultz is going to be too expensive to come back because of money. Do you bring back Anthony Brown, considering how the secondary was after he was out? Or do you bring back Jonathan Hankins, considering how the defense looked, the run defense looked while he was in there? You obviously bring back Brett Marhart. Donovan Wilson is an interesting one. And then do you bring back Tony Pollard? And I'll get out your way after that one.
Okay. Man, this will probably be a whole show in the offseason. Yeah, but just kind of make this week 18 friendly. Man, I would love to have Hankins back next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as he ain't old man and he can actually play. The rest of the guys we're gonna have a conversation about, because you could be like, oh well, bring back Anthony Brown, but I think this organization likes to just draft and replace dudes unless you make it $38 or we consider you like a high use player, but we could pay you like $3 million and get away with it. I don't know if Anthony Brown either wants to re-sign another one of those or if this organization even want to roll him in general. So I think we just gonna keep probably so we just probably gonna keep drafting guys, honestly. I think this is Browns and Jordan Lewis's last little hurrah. You know what I mean? This might be Van Der Esch's, guys like that, to where, hey, we appreciate the work. We probably can't get you cheap. You know what I'm saying? And we'll probably just draft a dude to match what you've probably done so far. That's probably what's going to happen with, those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest name on there is Tony Pollard. And do you pay running backs or not? But considering he is who he is, but how Zeke paid out, you just never know.
I tell you what, man.
I'll get out your way, brother. I know it's late.
Appreciate you, DJ. Terrence still going to get his money, and a lot of them dudes will have to go somewhere. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I move on from AB. There's just nothing else you can reach there.
Yeah. There's no more ceiling. Yep.
Yeah, no more. Even I know he said the way the cornerbacks are looking, it was a little bit better with him there, sure, but there was tons of room for improvement at that position. So, who else did he say? Oh, Hankins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hankins on one of those Carlos Watkins deals. Yeah, bring him back, but still draft the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, still draft
2-year deal. Bring him in. Whatever we was gonna do with Ridgeway, get another 6-round, 300-pound dude. You know what I'm saying? Sit them behind those two guys. And
now, TP is a different story. That's for we can dedicate a show to that.
TP is a whole February show, dog.
Yeah.
That's a whole week in February. We probably gonna be on TP watch this year.
Yeah.
Still, like in the offseason, it's probably gonna be like 2 weeks of TP watch. So we'll see. Let's get through these quickly. Joe Sandberg, what's up, sir?
Hey, Voch, how we doing?
Cool and Playboy. What you got for my show?
Couple things with this upcoming game. I like the fact that you actually get the offense hopefully rolling again with T.Y. Hilton getting more reps.
Right.
And the one thing that everyone's saying about 73 going to guard, which I'm somewhat shocked that people haven't noticed this yet on film, how much better at the run game we're going to get with him at left guard versus what McGovern has ever given you in the run game.
Yeah. Fantastic, Joe Sandberg. Appreciate your good call. A good call, Joe.
Just one joke.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what's a perplexing situation?
Okay,
It's
what's it?
having Ben DiNucci delivery service at starting quarterback.
A Ben DiNucci delivery service at quarterback?
Starting at quarterback.
Oh, that's crazy, Joe. Yeah, that's shit crazy, Joe. Oh, shit. All right, Joe.
You know, I know he got the stickiest of the icky, dog.
Joe be hot in the bitch with me.
Hey, Joe.
Okay, so then now
I'm not even gonna do it. I ain't gonna do that to Joe. I ain't gonna do that to Joe.
Man, Joe be like, yeah, but so
I love to have a sit down with Joe, man. Where you from, man? LA, you in California?
Listen, man.
Holla at your boy.
Joe, you've been supporting me for so long, right? And look, this ain't for everybody. Like this for like Marcus Harrison, cool. Like DJ, cool. Couple of women can live here. King Element, you know what I mean? If we figure out what you know him and Alex look like. But Joe Sandberg, man, I'm buying you something to drink if I ever see you, sir. You live on the East Coast. I know where you're from.
Oh, you on the East Coast? Okay.
I know exactly where you're from, Joe. I used to fly out there all the time, sir.
He got the stickiest.
Shouts out to you, Joe. But man, one day, man, I'm just gonna buy you something to drink, man. Joe been supporting for a long time. Somebody in the chat says we're definitely paying Donovan Wilson. I bet you Donovan Wilson don't get paid. I bet you don't. Because
I bet you don't. Listen, J-Ron Curse did not get the bag last year, y'all. So I don't think that Dono was going to get it. And J-Ron had a Pro Bowl season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here's what it is, dog. Here's what it is. No offense. And look, Donovan's fantastic, man. I just know how this team operate, bro. We just know how this team operate. We ain't gonna sell y'all a lie. Reek, what up, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? What's going on, Sky?
Hey, Reek, tell me you know what Ben Gay is, Reek.
Oh yeah, but that pause for earlier, I know what Ben. I know what Ben Gay is.
Okay,
man.
cool.
40, I'm a man.
Okay.
Wait,
you got to pause when you say that.
Reek.
He don't know.
Hold on, pause.
I'm 40.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. All right, go ahead. There you go, Reek. Go ahead. What you got for sure?
Hey man, I know we talk about all this. You know, we've been talking about this the last couple of days about this offense and defense. My thing is like this. I know that Sky. I know that you're superstitious, man.
A little stitious, yeah.
Especially before these big games that's about to come up.
Bitch, I ain't getting
But
no
I
round
would
table.
love.
Bitch, I ain't getting no round table.
I would love to hear a round table before we go into these playoffs, man.
You gonna be wishing?
But I know we're not gonna get it. I know I'm gonna be wishing.
You gonna be a wishing fool till February. You hear me? You better go ahead and take this little break. You better take this little break, these little days off. I bet you I'm with Will still now, sir.
See, I don't even got to persuade Voch no more. I don't got to persuade him.
We all in, cuz.
Hey man, my thing is like this, man. I know people keep talking about Dak Prescott and these interceptions. My thing is like this, man. You gotta sometimes you gotta throw to win. You know what I mean? And I really believe like Dak this year of a version of Dak Prescott, I feel a little bit more confident in him. Like to where it's like he's not he never quits. That's the one thing I always liked about him. But I really believe that we've been seeing that next gear out of him that we've really been wanting to see out of him for a minute. And he's been in the league for 6-7 years now. And that's the gear that we want to see him in, is that he's gonna throw to come back. He's gonna do whatever it takes to come back in the game. Now, if other people are messing up and he's throwing the ball within the numbers and they ain't catching it, that's on them. So we cannot sit here and put all those interceptions on Dak. Because if Dak put it on you and you don't catch it, that's on you. That ain't on him. It might show up on his stat sheet as an interception, but we all people that know that position that sit here and watch Dak Prescott, we know it's not him, and he's gonna fight to the end. Yeah. We just need the rest of this team to do the same damn thing, and if we all could do that on a collective basis, and these coaches can call a good game, and we don't put the game in the referee's hands, we got a shot to go do this damn thing. And I believe all the way to the end, man. So that's just me. That's how I feel about it. And, you know, and my man talking about Miss Jess, that's just who Miss Jess is. Everybody's not going to agree with her, what she's saying, but at the same time, she keeps a positive vibe going while other people do overdo it with putting Dak Prescott down in the rest of the scene.
Right.
So I'm cool with her doing that. That's her. That's who she is. And Reek, that's who I am. So I'm going to be me all day. So it is what it is. Let's go, Cowboys.
Appreciate you, man. We love Jess over here.
All women.
Long as she's staying there. Nah, we're not going to say. All right, cool. Let's get one last call in here. Law Nation says maybe a square table. Law, they get no tables. You hear me?
Corner table.
Yeah, corner Law, they get no tables, sir. I don't want to talk to Coy. I don't even want to call. Look, I wouldn't talk to Will Steele right now. I just want to just get through this. Let's get through this. Let's get through this shit. Yo, Voch, you and Will Steele want to nope.
We're gonna be at the round table like this.
Voch, what you think? Nothing.
We ain't talking.
Sign language. No, sir. Let's get one last call before we clock out for the week. 760. What's up? Who this?
Hey, what's up? It's Big A.
What's up, Big A? What you got for the show?
Hey, just wanted to say, I just wanted to come on. I've seen the film for Tennessee, and I looked at the film for Philly because I wanted to figure out what was up with this coverage and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like personally, just based off of what they have right now, I know Dan Quinn's, he loves cover 1, he loves cover 3 a lot, but I feel like what they could do to help out with this whole corner 2 issue is once they get Hankins and Van Der Esch back in the front 7, is you can now be able to, if you get those 2 people up in the front, it makes you more confident to stop the run a little bit better with a smaller box. So now you can take your safety, go 2 deep safety, and now it makes it easier for you to, hey, you're not going to give up a shot play on the go route because that's really what they've been doing.
San Fran did that to us last year. San Fran did that to us last year. They would have some of them big dudes on, just on the line, like 2 linebackers, just drop everybody back, and they dare you to run the football on their short box or whatever. And you would try, but they got dudes. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta block them dudes. So I kind of like how that sounds. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well,
isn't the concern? Do you have the guys to stop the run with the light box though? Because we saw the Cowboys get kind of obliterated on the run early in the season. Whereas now maybe you get Hankins back, you get LVE back, you feel better. You feel a little bit better about it. But I think that's the only concern. But I'm all for win with 4, drop 7, and make quarterbacks have to get through their progression.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like I said, that's probably your biggest thing. I feel like if anything, your biggest issue you've had on this defense is maybe just the fact that we've kind of overestimated the depth. Because remember, in training camp, when we came out of training camp, a lot of us believed that we were like, oh, this defense is deep and talented. And I feel like some of the reserve guys, like Callamore or even at corner, you're not as deep as you thought you were. So
to be fair,
to where scheme-wise, you're stuck in this conniption of, oh, well, we're going to stop the run of the pass.
To be fair,
the injuries.
The defense was playing lights out, and it felt like a lot of the depth guys were contributing. But when you now have to rely on your depth guys to be starters, then things change a little bit because now your 4th or 5th guy is your 1st or 2nd, and now your 4th or 5th guy is your 6th and 7th. That changes things a little bit.
Yeah, that's when I feel like. Now, granted, who knows? Maybe they're able to get it done this year. If not, in the off season, you got a roadmap of what to do to fix this defense. Yeah. That's just what I've noticed.
Fair enough. Big A, good call, man. Salute.
Stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't mind keeping DQ. Because I feel confident watching Dan Quinn. All right, cool. We got to reload. I know we need to reload. And listen, if you get back-to-back seasons with these turnovers, when you were healthy, you were one of the top defenses in the league. I'll bring it back. Now, if he doesn't, you could bring me Vic Fangio on this rock.
So what would that set look like for you? And we're gonna get into supers after this. That set will look something like, let's just say, Bohanna, Carlos, and Hankins. Micah and Van Der Esch maybe be your 2 middle dudes.
But I don't feel, I have a hard time even just putting Micah Parsons at linebacker anymore because they don't do it.
Because they don't do it. Yep. Because they don't do it.
Like he's his full-time edge basically now. It feels like it to me at least.
Sure. I would love to just go back and watch some of that San Fran film and just see how they did it. But if you got the dudes that can do it, like if you got got like an Armstead type guy, like a Buckner type dude, you know what I'm saying? Where you just put him in B gap and the double team is there, but he just wins anyway. Yeah,
and I think D'Amico Ryans just their pass defense concepts not crazy, but very disciplined. And when you got a guy like Fred Warner who can play everything between the line of scrimmage and 15 yards like a damn corner, that helps as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get into some supers. Use your superpower, super. Let's turn this up. Let's turn it up a little bit there. Fantastic work today, Will. Still appreciate you, my guy.
Come on, man.
Appreciate you, my guy.
That's what we do, man.
For sure, brother. Let's get into the volume side. See what they talking about. What's the date? The 5th. All right. Andy J. He dropped a dime in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Money for T-Bob to meet with Voodoo Lady. Oh, that's some shit yesterday. Pardon me. That's the other volume shit they getting. That's some other volume money. My bad. That's okay, cool. But Marcus Hardison sent us a deuce. It says bro's favorite dude is he said bro's favorite dude from Color Purple was Mr. He's talking about Cam and his misogyny with women in sports. Shouts out to Cam. That was kind of wild though, Will. Still, that's kind of, and this is why I don't debate these women. I'm like, sorry, man. We just got here, man. Just got here, bro. We just want to buy our family houses, bro. We ain't trying to go crazy today, man. Appreciate y'all on the volume side and on the Voch side. Today's the 5th. OTG Dex sound like a rap name. He dropped a dub in the super chat. Pardon me. He dropped a dub 20. He says, "Boy, the way Voch be grilling these Eagles fans, we gonna have to call you Voch Lombardi."
Voch.
Hey, Voch.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, we try. Voch. Salute. Mr. Fab 99 dropped a 5 and says, if the Cowboys never cut Travarius Ward, we wouldn't be having the Kelvin Joseph number 2 conversation. We can't be hindsight guy, man.
That's a big hindsight one, but man,
we cannot be hindsight guy.
Traded him for a dude who never played it down.
But that mother playing good right now though, which is why
play good in Kansas City too.
Which is why y'all really can't be down on like Kelvin. Like everybody develops differently, you know what I mean? And cornerbacks go through different, you know what I mean?
Nah, but he was good right away.
Travarius Ward was good right away.
Yes, he had a fantastic. No. He got traded like literally at the end of camp.
As soon as he left, he went straight to Kansas City and just.
But he wasn't bad in Dallas. What happened was somebody got hurt, and it was and he needed some O-line help, and they just totally misjudged this situation, and they said.
And who was the O-lineman? Mackenzie Bernardo.
Right. It was it's probably
Jeremy Parnell or some shit. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, they misjudged that one. Hey,
Cam Fleming.
You can't hit them all, man. Yeah.
Oh no. All right, man. We'll just draft somebody. Don't worry about it. We got Deron Bland now. Don't worry about it. I4 play. Shouts out to you. Drop the diamond super chat says, love you, Voch and Will. I feel like Dak is gonna be our biggest advantage through these playoffs. You might have the best quarterback in the playoffs. You probably got the best quarterback in the NFC for sure. A rookie has never been to the Super Bowl. Kirk can't win games that matter, and F all them other quarterbacks. # sleep number. Will Steele, Dak's the best quarterback in the NFC, huh?
I think. I mean, listen. No disrespect to Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. If they get in, you could argue it, and I ain't gonna be mad at you, right? But I think Dak Prescott is playing better than those two.
For sure. Shit. Spot, can you save me? Drop the buck in the super chat just to show some love. Appreciate you, Spot. Can you save me? Landlord from Alabama on all social media platforms on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and all that. Landlord from Alabama. Appreciate you, sir. He dropped 5 and says, "What's happening, Voch and Sky and 3-ish Mafia? We need to find a way to run the football and reduce risk against their D line. Let Dak get back to 100%. Dallas Cowboys for life. Flex." Appreciate you, landlord. I do think we just need to get better with the run game in general. We just need to reestablish the run game in general. And look, funny enough, I mean, Washington got a great D line, but you can run the ball against some dudes. You got to execute, but you can definitely run the ball against those guys. So, I think this is going to be. it's gonna be tough D lines from here on out. But you know, next week there will be like Vita Vea and some guys, and after that, you know, you'll probably run into the Philly dudes or something like that. So this will be a good little
Niners,
a good little physical test for you know what I'm saying, for sure. This will be a good little test for your you know, for your old line, so where everybody else could take a day off, but the old line still got to show up and be physical. So let's just keep that momentum rolling. But fantastic observation, landlord from Alabama. Y'all follow him on all social media platforms. Appreciate y'all. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, cool. We got Parsons here. Let's wrap this show up. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. This is the last episode of Voch Lombardi Live before the Watch Along Sunday and the playoffs next week. Hurry yeah, hurry yeah, hurry yeah. Hurry yeah. Marcus Hardison says, we praying for him. At the volume. That's me and Will Steele, by the way. You know what I'm saying? A wise man can play the part of a clown, but a clown can't play the part of a wise man. Damn. A wise man can play the part of a clown, but a clown cannot play the part of a wise man. Damn. Whew. Sky, Voch, chat, your well wishes mean more to me than you'll ever know. Keep us lifted in prayer. Salute to you, sir. Swati Cop, Lion Sleep outside, UNLV, sir. Damn. Will Steele. Damn. That was one, man. Shouts out to 11. He dropped a deuce at the end. He says, waiting on Voch and Sky merch. Studio 2023. We're working on it, brother. Trust me.
I appreciate L for always reminding me about Studio 2023 with the hashtag. That is a real ass goal. Like, y'all have no idea.
But L, you got to tell us before we start making jokes about just not. You know what I mean? That's what you got to tell us, because that'll get the studio going, sir. The end of the show, shit, we home free by then. But get us when the danger's happening. You know what I mean?
What was the bull's name?
Let me look it up and see what his name is. His name was
Shit, I don't know his name. You don't know his name? No. Damn, nobody know his name.
It was Cam.
His lady be like, babe, why Dak Prescott? Hey, shut.
No! Oh, say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else.
Will Steele, even more weird chemistry. Same actor.
From
Pinky and what's the name?
Oh, yeah, his cousin. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the wipe yourself off. Yeah, same actor.
Yep. Oh, no. Same actor.
And he played Martin Luther King.
And he playing Chauncey from Boys in the Hood. Like that brother got range.
Range.
We love y'all so much, man. So much. Yes, this is the last show of the regular season. This ain't the last show ever. I mean, volume, you know, we just got here. So yeah, this is the last show of the regular season. Next week we'll be into playoff coverage, man, and that's when it gets real and stressful and hard hitting. Voch is actually gonna get back to watching film, because I ain't watched film on Tennessee. I ain't watched film on Washington. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right back at it. Love y'all to pieces. Follow me on all my social media platforms: VOCHLOMBARDI. Be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Follow the volume on all their platforms, and follow the best point guard in the business, Skywalker Steele, Skywalker STEELE, on social media, Twitter, and A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning by 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Love y'all, man. Catch y'all on the Watch Along Sunday. Volume.
Beats Planet.